What up, everybody? It's Ponter here, and today we've got a special game. This is an old game, played back in 2009, I think, and it's a match mode game, uh, played by some pretty high level teams. You got like shitty sports, I guess that's what we always call them. These guys were the best. I was some of the best. And then against Shiny. And this is just like kind of the classic Shiny team. When we were running, like when we were trying hard quite a bit. But yeah, Shitty Sports were like top 5 team easily. I don't know if Shiny ever got up there. Like we definitely had some top 5 players, but never got to the really competitive level. And so these are the types of teams that you learn from and you practice against, and like if you can kind of hold your own and steal their ideas, then you can beat up newbier teams. So that's kind of what we do against teams like this, and it's on Farmland. And the reason why I wanted to show this game is like when you have highly competitive matches, teams practicing, and we're playing ESL, which means like rules and shit. Yeah, and I think we're having some connection issues with Silver. But yeah, when you have basically like the strategies become a petri dish of like evolving kind of counters, and metas, and on a map like Farmland where it's the games are so tight, you can develop some strategies that are pretty greasy, pretty map specific, and pretty like just really weird. So what we're doing here is double mid-air, and we're also starting with artillery, and this is one of Shitty Sports strategies. So when you're on USSR side on Farmland, and you just walk through the logic, like if an opposing team goes double heavy air and you go anything else, you're gonna lose. If you go one med air and the opposing team goes one med air and one heavy air, and you go one med air, one heavy air, it's kind of a wash, and whoever wins air supremacy is gonna win in the long shot. And there's like a lot of other logic, like USSR has to hold these 2 points or else it will lose, and it also has to attack these points or else it will lose. And USA has to attack these 3 points simultaneously or else it will lose. And long story short, whoever gains air supremacy is going to be able to control and attack these points, especially from the USSR side. Like you need air to attack these places, so if you lose the med-air war, you're going to lose the game. So what Shitty Sports figured, and here's the heavy artillery, just go double med-air. You don't need heavy air, and you bring in your firepower is the heavy artillery, and you win air supremacy with a double med-air. And what's the other? If the opposing team goes double med-air, they're retarded and they're going to lose all their games. If they go heavy air, they're going to lose, because you're going to hard counter them. And yeah, and that's the strategy. And these guys are the ones who came up with it. So we're going to see their response, and we fail here. This is why you need heavy air. Yeah, they know that like this is their strategy. Like they invented it, or at least they made it popular. They popularized it, and yeah, they're pissed at us. I mean, it's joking. These damn Euros. So what they're doing double, and I'm just gonna throw some colors down, just so we can keep track. Yeah, so I'm gonna play armor. This is my favorite, probably my favorite position in the game. USSR armor, and I'm not playing it very well at the time. Like, I'm definitely better now, but you know, look at this little split. Oh yeah, not smart enough to use our own strat. Like these guys, and we get the bridge cap with this clever split air play by Hunter, and yeah, we want to be like these guys. Like these guys are fucking great. Like Shitty Sports, they were up there with like Coma and Dignitas. Like they took game. Like I know they took games off Dignitas. Yeah, and this is like a fun practice game, so there's a lot more chirping than like a serious clan match would be. So we're not just going double medium air. We're going like triple medium air because Silver is basically playing utility inf, and this is a role that a lot of inf players nowadays should learn from. I mean, it's not super useful in a 8v8, for instance, but in a 5v5, it's absolutely critical to have like a utility inf player go in. And look at this spawn raping by Tim is just majestic as well. And yeah, this is the reason why, if you caught that one, like Hunter says, like, we need to learn how to counter this strat. So, so that's what we're gonna do. And look at that. Oh man, this is ruthless. And they can do shit like this with, yeah. I'm not sure what the best practice is when dealing with that shit. Oh, little donkey tank buster. Yeah, like worst case scenario, we see if we lose, we learn how to deal with this strat, which we've lost to before, and if we win, then we've like beat these guys with their own strat, which is hilarious. An immediate look at this immediate drop pressure by their team. Like they're double armor, so they can like, is that their armor player? Cosmo and Marizan. So no, that's just their inf player. And look at this cap. That's beautiful. That's a utility inf player right there, I think. Because the support player is Sidark, yeah. So that's just their pure inf player just going and wrecking shit. And getting a massive tick on us. And they clear the bridge. I'm doing a desperate heavy airstrike to clog them up. Oof. And there goes our jeeps and our med art. Oh no, the med art is safe, thank God. But this is not good. Not good at all. Ooh, and we got a lucky hit with their med air. So just to critique my play a little bit in these games, like I don't have a lot of lights. My scout micro is very poor, and I mean it's hard to keep a scout alive in a medium air game like this. So yeah, not the most inspiring play for me, but I do manage to keep some tanks alive, and just note just the spread, just calmly, you know, not pushing the tanks too far. And I'm up against 2 armor players, and you really have to be. Oh, and look at this other cap. Oh, just painful. And it's really hard to, like, when you're dealing with a medium air spamming team, doing drops is the way to go, because medium air can't really handle drops very well. Like a heavy air player can kill drops in his sleep. Yeah, and once again, like the scout needs to be above this house at all times, and it should be facing away. It should be facing away from where the med air is going to be. Oh, and they killed our arty. That's so sad. Yeah, the scout should be facing away from where the med air is going to be, so when you pop flares, it works, because the flares come from the back. So yeah, look at my loadout, just all heavy tanks, no lights. There is a, you know, like if I was playing with Majestics right now, he'd be yelling at me to get some lights, and they are useful for the quick caps. They don't really live long in a double armor engagement, but yeah, I think I've learned my lesson is to bring more lights. And also, and yet again, like the scout is far back, like pussy scout, man, not good. And I've just been saving TA. So look at this shit. Like you need to sprinkle in some heavy air, especially if you have like 3 medium air players. Like you gotta have some heavy air just to deal with nonsense like that, or else the game will get absurd. And also it just keeps the support player honest, and like, or else they'll be rolling around. They'll get artillery of their own, although they can't really do that. This is why the meta-air strat usually works only on USSR, because you can mix in. Oh, and then yet another lazy, stupid tank. Nice drop here. I gotta deal with that shit. And silver is just starting to drop now. And look at all the TA that we've accumulated. They've accumulated probably a lot of TA too, but the score differential is a lot in our favor. Especially for me, like I've just been, I guess, shooting a lot of shit and doing a lot of caps. And yeah, but no, like we have no presence on this side of the map at all. And you can't really, you can't go dribs and drabs, like you gotta go, oof. And there goes my scout. You can't go dribs and drabs, you gotta go all out, you know, balls to the wall with drops, because if you do one, they'll be able to isolate it and respond quite quickly. I know, you know, I lost my scout, I'm pulling back. You know, if without line of sight, you're dead. And yeah, we drop a nuke. And we're dropping. And this is how you take control of a farmland game. Okay, you gotta, first of all, I don't care what you say, like, you need to control the bridge. Without the bridge, you're gonna lose. So everything must be ultimately around defending the bridge. But then you also have to attack the flanks. So silver's staying alive here, and so we're gonna start working on these forts. And we're gonna start working on this side with drops. Unfortunately, that's some nice squish action by them, and they're doing defensive drops already. But we take the bridge, that drop gets cleaned up. And we kind of blown our TA load. And this is an interesting infantry assault. I don't know about that. Yeah, that was a dumb move by their inf player. I think Farmland makes infantry players go insane. It really is not a fun map. Ugh. It's not a fun map to play in fun, and they kind of go crazy. Like, this is why you get shit like silver playing mediums, and look, like silver gets a scout for me because my scout is so shit. Look at this. It should be up here. But yeah, we're still losing, but both sides are kind of softened up now, and we're just going to keep dropping, and we're going to drop in big numbers. And our air players have kind of, it's like a weird mix now. We've got a full heavy, we got a kind of a hybrid, like the 2 heavies and a scout is kind of like the bare minimum, I would say. Or you could do like the 1 heavy and you just kind of chill here and pop heavy tanks once in a while. That's a good combo. And they're just having a lot of trouble controlling. Like their medium air player has not ranked up, and that's kind of what why you start with double med air, because it shuts down their med air player. Like, look, he's so worried about fighting silver, like our infantry players ranked up meds, that he can't really control our heavy air player and rank up, and they're busy duking it out over their spawn while we get a cap. And now, while we get this cap and they do counter drops to deal with it, we're gonna start working on this side. And this is where, like, I would need to pump some more TA to myself, get some more TA to myself to do some para drops. But maybe I'm waiting for the cooldown, I can't remember. And now we have a dominant position here, and they've gone double air, so that then their armor player is in shambles. And that's also what you want to do. Like, the ebb and flow. Like, look at this. Their armor player is going and fighting their spawn, like defending their spawn, like gimme points, not attacking bridge. One thing to note, like one danger about doing nukes is you give them this nice crater to hide support in. He's not really using it, but this is a game changer. Oof, that's a nice one. This is a game changer for support players to get cover. And yeah, this is what we gotta do. You know, mass combo drops. You know, you're not, again, no dribs and drabs. You're going in with everything. You got air players, got Artie killing the inf, you got 2 players doing drops, all sorts of different drops coming in. The med air is also defending. And yeah, they allocated all their forces here. So again, Farmland is like a dance. When you're on the USSR side, like you fuck them up over here, and then like they're like, oh shit, spawn over here, and then but already the drops are coming down on this side, and they're like, oh shit, okay, now we gotta fly all the way over here. In the meantime, you've got this position shooting at anything that moves over here. Of course, you gotta move your tanks around too. Fuck's sake. But yeah, you just keep them, you know, hit them with the right, hit them with the left. Keep them guessing where that's going to come down. And then, you know, your air players have to keep jumping around and fucking up either side. You can't let them fort this up, or else you have to spend more TA on it. And yeah, so their air player cleans this up. And, you know, no, like, I think another reason why, like, having a meta air player, like, it keeps the air players honest. Like, this guy could have dived here and at least killed the one heavy tank. Like, there was only one support. Like, why is Surth able to have a fucking heavy artillery in a high-level game? Like, it's ridiculous. And look at that. That was a clutch artillery killing that para. Like, this air player should be running riot, but he started late. He's got to worry about... There's, like, still this... nightmare med thing, even though we have a full, pretty much have 2 full, like, look at this, like, you got a star heavy chopper running around. So, like, psychologically they've been dominated by the med air. And here's another thing, like, when you're going for the cap on bridge, you know, you're safe here, you're not safe here, and you're definitely not safe here. So drive to here, pop smoke. It short circuits the brains of the air player, then you drive forward and cap, and then you immediately reverse into the smoke again. None of this, like, I'm going to drive here and then smoke. Oh yeah, and the YOLO med art. You know, you love to see it. Yeah, so the right-left combination drops. Oh yeah, look at this. Now they've gone double. Jesus Christ. They have made the correct change that we are controlling their air, like, we've gained air supremacy, you know, and they need to go like triple air, which is an interesting response. And we get a total dom to take the lead with some cheeky light tank drops, and this is all you gotta do, like, pump your armor players, you know. And that's my complaint. Like, people don't pump me enough. Like, this game I got pumped pretty hard. Like, because I'll just keep dropping. Like, I'll drop paras, I'll drop light tanks over and over again. And just devastates the team. And yeah, now, and then also obviously pump your inf player as well. You got to. You know, pulling back tanks. Like, they have good line of sight on us. I mean, this would be like, yeah, we're against triple air and we have an artillery and 2 repair tanks. Like, Surth has 2 AA in the whole map. It's ridiculous. Like, look at this shit. This is actually ridiculous. Oh, and the star heavy goes down. That's so sad. And yeah, we're arterying the spawn. I think that's not the greatest use of TA. Like, that should have gone into some drops. But hey, we got airdrops coming down. Preemptive air-to-airs. Beautiful. Maybe a little too soon. A little too preemptive. But as I'm dropping here, Silver's working on this. Like they haven't capped this yet. My heavy tank is supporting him, kind of. It's true. Like you want to kill this building, and get putting the tanks in the right spot to shoot. Like look, like I'm trying to shoot shit here over here, and he's not shooting because of the line of sight issues. Like look at, he needs to be a little higher up. I think the sweet spot is like this little lump here. Like if you can see, that's a little higher. Like this is just a little too low. But this is a good position. Yeah, see that shoots at the CP. That's very nice. And Sirth is in. When you want to attack this position, this is what you do. You hide some pairs here. You chill in here, and then you do you chill with support in this right by the river, and you do drops. Oh yeah, and then nuke. Poor response, but like by me. I mean, Sirth saved his heavy artillery and yeah, but we're gonna keep dropping. At least it's gonna waste some time. We get cleaned up there, unfortunate. But that nuke didn't decap this, and we have enough defensive drops to kind of protect ourselves at this point. And the air collapses back, and I'm just sitting on here like trying to deny the cap. Like I don't care about dying. Oh, and they get it. And the smoke is too late. That would have killed us anyways. So yeah. Somehow we're winning though, and this is the issue. Like they gained air supremacy too late. So the way to think about this is like early game you want air supremacy because it kind of snowballs. But late game you don't really care so much about air supremacy. It's all about the ground game because it's all about capping points. Like they don't have enough units to push everywhere. Like this is just undefended but capped. This is capped and like barely defended, and this is like just kept it, and this is the YOLO. And don't just leave him like standing there alone with his YOLO medium AA. Like go and give him some drops to help out. And we're also dropping over here. AT's in the open, and yeah, there's not enough time for them to come back, even though they nuked us. So this is a high level game. Like that's a very good team that we're playing against. Like these guys are some of the best, or were some of the best. I don't know if any of them still play, but yeah. And it's just a funny example of the stupidity the stupid strategies that you have to come up with in like. If you ask any pub player nowadays, like, do you think in a 5v5 would double medium air work? And they would look at you like you're an idiot. But on Farmland, on USSR side, it's a legitimate strategy. Can't take it, it's a beautiful strategy. And yeah, that's a good game. Some high level play, but from some people. Yeah, their excuse that they won faster. And I think, yeah, and they're asking for GGs. I don't know about that. Like, it's a practice game. Who cares? Yeah, and Silver DC'd at some point. So yeah, that's a good game. Hopefully you guys learned something. I miss those really high level games where strategies actually mattered. But I mean, you need teams and practice and stakes to make that happen. So yeah, we'll just keep doing stupid games, but that's okay. All right, thanks guys. Later.